Here we go.
Hey man, could you do me a favor? I'm blocking the entryway. Could you pull up just a little bit so I can get right behind you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Officer Martinez on a police department.
Nice
Hey man, we've stopped you before, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Hey, obviously you know the reason for the stop, man. I saw that you
the
removed
plates.
your license plate.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah, for sure. Isn't this the part where you're supposed to be arguing that they're valid and whatnot? Off to a weird start.
Do you have your driver's license with you?
What's the reason?
You know the reason.
Right, but so you're saying that I don't have the license plate, so you need to identify me?
Yes, it's a traffic infraction. I mean, we had a really long discussion, like an hour and a half.
Yeah, for sure.
What, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
No, I for sure. It's all on video. I remember it.
Yeah.
Well, saying you remember it, you're the hell's going on here?
I can provide my driver's license since I'm basically you're asking me to provide it for you, right?
Yeah, I'm asking.
So, respectfully, you already know my name, so
I don't. I just remember you said it was like Blackfoot because you're Native American.
Right, that's the license plate. I mean, that's the name that I would prefer to go by, but the state knows me by this name. Here's my driver's license.
What?
I do have it with me this time, so last time that I encountered you, I wasn't able to provide the contract because I didn't have it on me, but I do have it on me right now.
Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be my briefcase.
Hey, you don't have to like him. None of us agree with his life philosophy. But you cannot say that this isn't one of the nice, most polite sovereigns the hell I've ever had on this channel.
You said you bought this car from your cousin, right?
Yeah, so it's my cousin's wife's vehicle.
Go on. Let me guess. Next thing you know, you're going to say, hey, I don't know what's in the trunk. It's been quite a while since I've been back on in there.
So this is what I gave the trooper that, you know, obviously has nothing to do with the contract.
Is this the code of ethics?
Yeah, that's the code of ethics. I mean, here's the contract.
Sorry. How you doing? I'm good.
So yeah, and it's kind of a lengthy contract, but there's just a few clauses that kind of outline.
Who did this contract?
I did.
Okay.
So it was drafted by me, signed to and agreed by the lady that owned this vehicle.
Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend and act like I understand all of it, man.
Yeah, there's a definition section kind of put in plain language.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Look, just tell him. This paperwork, all this nonsense, got nothing to do with you or your job. Present to me driver's license, proof of insurance, registration. Get out, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, and let's get the day going.
It's not trying to be like over anybody's head, you know. I'm trying to be fully plain language. Like anybody can interpret it. They don't have to be like versed in legal jargon. You know what I mean? So.
No, I don't.
Gonna be honest, I definitely don't have all the time in the world to read through this.
Yeah, for sure.
But I remember giving you my personal Gerber for you to put on your back license plate, and I'm not 100% sure if you're totally aware, but you're supposed to have license plates on the front and the back of the vehicle. And I think
that was the warning, right? Yeah, that was the warning.
Officer Palacios just said, hey, just put the back one on.
Yeah.
Was there a reason you took it back off? Because I've seen you around.
Right. Yeah, I told him, so whenever he said, like, you know, I told him, yeah, whenever I get home, I'm probably going to take it off, officer, because...
Yeah, but I saw you, like, maybe 2 or 3 times, and I saw the license plate on there, and then I just want to know why you took it.
Oh, so...
Long story short, we've seen the right plate on there. Why'd you go back to doing stupid things?
You're probably talking about the day after I got pulled over or something. Like, I had just left it on there for convenience because I had to go to work. But yeah, I removed it because, you know, I'm trying to make a statement, not necessarily comply with something that I think is against my freedoms. So
Okay.
And like I told him, it's not even registered to me. It's not even valid. So for me, like, it's just doing it for y'all, which I don't really feel compelled.
With the purchase of a vehicle, the state of Texas requires that you register that vehicle within 30 days of purchasing it. And I've noticed that you purchased it April 28th.
Right.
Right. What day is today?
It's past 30 days, probably like a week past 30 days or something like that. I'm not too sure.
Did you have insurance on it, or did you do the self-insurance bond?
So I haven't done any insurance. I'm still in the process of getting my bond, you know, and I don't have a problem.
Whoa. Check it out, Sporty Spice. You may not have a problem with talking about it, but that's a big old problem here. You must have insurance. You're not going to be driving out here around everybody else's family, run into somebody, and then what? Leave us an IOU / your friend L Bay? I don't think so. There's a whole lot of things that we can argue in this world. And some things people may have, there may be something to what they're saying, okay? But let me tell you something. There's never going to come a time when we agree that people can drive on these roads without insurance. That is just stupid. Now, that being said, you want to argue that insurance costs too much? I'm right there with you, okay? I'm in the fight with you. It costs too much.
Everything costs too daggone much.
But that's not the point. If you want to argue something about traveling, driving, one place to commuting, going from one place to another, you're going to need insurance. And there's just no way around it.
Problem answering that question because
you just answered it for me.
Right.
You just said that you don't have insurance.
Right.
And just because you said you're in the process of getting a self-insurance bond, that doesn't mean that you're still able to drive the vehicle. You need to have some sort of liability insurance in the state of Texas.
Yeah, I'm aware of your position, but like I said, I'm challenging the constitutionality. If you want to, if you want to cite me, there's.
I feel like it's coming past that point, man. I feel like a lot of the officers have been pretty understanding. I definitely support what you do.
Yeah.
And I definitely support your freedoms and things like that. But you have to understand you're not special.
Roasted.
Everybody else has insurance. Everybody else registers their vehicle with the state of Texas. I understand where you're coming from when you say it's a sort of a tax on the vehicles, and I get that. But you have a driver's license. You signed into a contract. You said you were 18 when you signed it.
And I'm actually planning on rescinding that contract with the court.
So if you rescind this license, you're going to make it that much more difficult for yourself, man, because at that point, we might see you, and if you turn this over like we've discussed before.
Right, I'm not going to turn it over now because you're not competent to rescind the contract.
No, I'm competent, man.
Well,
I just think...
I mean, not you.
Well, let me tell you a couple things real fast. For a person who's hoping to drive away on maybe a warning or something to that fashion, you are not doing yourself any kind of favors by telling him he's incompetent. Rather, you're referring to him or whatever else. It's how it's going to be perceived you need to take into consideration. You are not looking so good. And to be quite honest, the officer saying that I support everything that you do, what you're doing, not a good look on you neither, okay? We already covered the part that nobody's ever going to let somebody go without insurance. I mean, so how could you support what they're doing when they don't want to pay the insurance? I get taxation. I get, plate tags and, everything else. I agree insurance too high. But to just forego all responsibility
I get what you do. And I support it, man. I really do. Okay, I am a patriot.
Right.
I love this country. Okay, and there are some things that I don't necessarily agree with. But the way you kind of put yourself out there.
Yeah, I'm asking for citations. I know.
Yeah,
so if you want to kind of get together.
I don't want to do that, man. Because you've gotten, I don't know what, 4 citations, 5 citations already.
Right, I've already had 5 citations.
I'm not 100% sure. I know.
You want me to name them for you? Because I can put them on the record. I'm not too worried about it. But
this is bullshit.
So
whether you sign it or not, you still have to appear.
I'm sure that's like
it's like a goodwill gesture saying, Yeah, I don't agree
consent.
with this citation, but I'm still gonna. I promise the court that I'm gonna appear. That's all it is.
Right, it's a promise, and like I'm not gonna make a promise that I don't feel like I have to make. So,
Right.
but
You
he
don't think, and that's your problem.
he ended up making me sign it. So, which is why I put threat, duress, and coercion.
Yeah.
I hate so much about
The things that you choose to be.
And I'm not trying to.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to put. I'm not trying to risk.
People that have $8,500 laying around. You know?
Right. I'm not trying to risk just like losing the vehicle because obviously I value it. But honestly, like,
Do you have the license plates with you?
right? You want me to put them back on? I can put them on for
I don't want to do
you.
that in public, man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to create a scene.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what I want to do.
Well, I just really went to go get water. I'm going back home. I can stay up, you know. I'm not promising anything, but I'm not going to be, you know, harassing anybody. I'm not, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just doing things out of necessity, going to the store to eat, get groceries, going to get water,
Right.
you know, going to wash my car, going to work.
I'm gonna be honest. It's a whole lot of talking that amounts to a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, he's gonna get his car towed, but he's not going to jail. I don't know why the officer is trying to sympathize or relate to him so much. In my opinion, this thing should have been wrapped up in about 5 minutes. No how. I don't understand. And for those of you who get some kind of hair up your butt, listen, I'm not dogging the officer. I'm saying I simply disagree with some of the things he may or may not believe in. Hell, I don't know. I don't sympathize with an auditor. I do not relate to them. Things may be too expensive. Yeah, okay. Does that mean that we should not have insurance? Absolutely not. Who's going to pay for the accident when it's common sense? Jesus loves you. So do I. Well, let me forget. Here's pictures of him getting his car towed. That way you know he got his car towed. All right, I'm out of here.
Jesus said, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess before my Father which is in heaven.